Greetings, Algebra 2 students. This is Dr. Heron talking to you about solving quadratics by graphing. And what does it mean to solve a quadratic, and why do we use graphing? Basically, most of the time, solving quadratic is basically finding zeros, okay? So you're trying to figure out where a quadratic is equal to 0. And how do you do that? By graphing? Well, then on graphs, you need to consider, where does x equal 0? And the answer to that question is x equals 0 on the x-axis, okay? So what you're looking for is, you're looking for, where does it cross the x-axis? Those become your zeros, okay? Those become your solutions to your quadratic. Okay, so a couple things can happen when you have when you graph a quadratic. You could have it touch the line once. You could have it cross twice, which is what you're hoping for, or you could have this situation where it never crosses the x-axis. Okay, so you are going by, where does it cross the x-axis? Those are called the zeros, also called the roots. So you're looking for, where does that happen? So if I consider just something simple, like x squared plus 6x plus 8, well, my y-intercept is where, what happens when x equals 0? Well, if that's the case, then that's going to be just y equals 8. So on this graph, my y-intercept is going to be up above. My vertex is still negative b over 2 times a, so negative 6 over 2 times 1, so that's going to be negative 3. So that'll be my axis of symmetry. So that's going to be right here. Then my vertex is what happens when I substitute that in. So that's negative 3 squared plus 6 times negative 3 plus 8. So that's going to be 9 minus 18 plus 8. So that's going to be negative 3, negative 1. So that vertex is going to be right there. Okay? So on a graph, you can draw your table, or you can do it on a calculator, either one. So I can go negative 3, I know negative 3 is negative 1. I can go negative 2, negative 1, negative 4, negative 5. I know they're going to reflect. All right, so at negative 4, I'm at 0, and at negative 2, I'm at 0. Okay, so I'm going to go here and here. On my way up, there's going to be my graph. The other way to do it would be to factor it. So factoring, that's going to be x plus 4 and x plus 2. So x plus 4 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0. So my answers are going to be negative 4, negative 2. Either one of those are going to work. So now the next one, I need to make it equal to 0. So I'm going to say 0 equals x squared minus 8x plus 16. So I'm going to add x squared and subtract 8x and do that to both sides. So my y-intercept is going to be at 16, so at 0, 16. So it's going to be way off the scale. All right. So my axis of symmetry, you're looking at negative 8 over 2 times 1. So that's going to be negative 4. Sorry, hold on, negative 8, so it's going to be positive 4. So then when I put that in, 4, so 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 16, all that actually equals 0. So my equation is going to be at 4, 0. So now my zeros are, well, let's see if I can do anything. So x squared, so actually it doesn't really matter because I know where I crossed my y-intercept, because that's going to be my solution, just where x equals 4. Okay, that's gonna be my answer. I cross right at 4, that's what I'm looking for, I'm done. So now this one, it's gonna open down. The negative tells me that. So my y-intercept is just gonna be -1. All right, my vertex, or my axis of symmetry, you're looking at -4 over 2 times -1. So that's just gonna be 2. All right, so vertex is at x equals 2. Or my axis of symmetry at x equals 2. Substitute that in -2 squared plus 4 times 2 minus 1. So that's gonna be -4 plus 8 minus 1, so that's gonna be 3. So my vertex is at 2, 3. So based on just kind of the points I've got, I would say my zeros are right there, are right here, and right here. So I'm going to say they're between 0 and 1 and between 3 and 4. Okay, they're not exact, but that's about what I would say. That's about as close as I'm going to get. Okay, so Adrian Nicholas broke the world record for longest human flight when he fell from 35,000 feet to 500 feet in 4 minutes, 55 seconds. He used a special aerodynamic suit, ignoring air resistance, which is always what we do. So you're going to have my height, and then this shows up a lot, this -16t squared, which is gravity, plus 35,000. And he pulls up when he is 500 feet away. Okay, so a little bit of algebra brings 16 squared, t squared over here, makes this 34,500. Okay, so subtract 500. Let's add the 16t over. Divide by 16. So t squared ends up equaling about 2,156.25. So when I square root that, t ends up equaling 46.435. So what does that mean? That means he was falling for 45 seconds in a free fall to go from 35,000 feet to 500 feet. Okay? Now, last one. Royal Gorge Bridge in Colorado. It's really high. You are 1,000 feet above the river. It's massive. It's beautiful. So if you drop a marble over the railing from a height of 3 feet above the deck, all right, so here's your bridge. Your marble's up here. You drop it. How long will it take the marble to reach the water? Given gravity is still gravity, and you're going to be at 10,056 feet, because you're 10,053 plus 3. Sorry, I wrote that wrong. 16t squared negative plus 1056. And then that's your height. And then you're trying to figure out, where's my height 0? Because that represents hitting the water. So 16t squared equals 1056. So t squared equals 66. So square root. So t is going to be equal to a little over 8 seconds until that marble hits the water. Okay, so work through some of these and then come talk to me with questions.